try something new today. Sit on the floor. Let's see how that feels. Okay, it still feels so weird sitting in front of a camera. Because it still feels as if I'm talking to myself, which I am right in this moment. I'm talking to myself, to a camera. But then again, what's so weird about talking to yourself? I mean, one thing I can say, the older I get, the more I come to realize the importance of getting to know myself better on a deeper level and becoming best friends with myself. So that requires communication. That's just the way it is. And like whether it's in the form of writing, journaling, you know, plain and simple self-talk, or something like this here, where there's maybe even a chance to reach like-minded people on the other side. Yeah, so I have a question for you. Do you put yourself in a box because of your age, consciously or unconsciously? Maybe you are in your 20s and you feel pressure to keep up with your peers, like I did, for example, when I was in my 20s. Or maybe you are approaching 30 and you're starting to feel old. Or maybe, I don't know, you're about to turn 80 and now you're really starting to feel old. Or maybe you're always feeling too young, like I did when I was in my teens. You feel like excluded in some kind of way. You know, I'm a big fan of inclusion and diversity on a society and on an individual level. I think categories are necessary in this world, yes. Sometimes we need them to reduce complexity, to get orientation, to communicate, to connect. I mean, we use words, right? And to puzzle everything together. That's one after all. But we also need to be aware that categories hold lots of power. They are charged with energy. And we can use them in a creative, open way to give like room and space to nuance and to spectrum. But we can also use them in quite the opposite way, in a rather like reductive, I don't know if that's the right word, so to reduce, in a reductive and maybe even destructive and depreciating way. And let's be honest, numbers are necessary too, like on a practical level. I mean, we need them, but they're definitely not meant to measure human complexity, human nuances, human spectrum. I could tell you that I'm 41, but what does that mean? I mean, I must admit, when I posted one of my last videos, someone wrote that she's 42 and that she likes seeing people her own age on YouTube. And that made me really happy, because I think showing diversity and different walks of lives is important, you know? And that includes different ages. And I have to be honest, I was quite hesitant to make something like a vlog at first, because most vlogs or video diaries that I see are from people in their 20s or 30s. Mostly people that are studying or, you know, that are embarking on some kind of life journey. Yeah, but, you know, life doesn't have to be less creative or less magical when you pass a certain age. And I also don't mean that you need like overly exciting jet set life for that, you know. Your life holds magic and excitement by nature. It might be covered by responsibilities, hardship, pain, that often comes with age, but the magic is still there. You know, presence, attention, and curiosity are something we can get back. That's something we can awaken again, something we can nurture, we can cultivate. You know, and I think the boxes we put ourselves in that cause some sort of exclusion, they limit our curiosity, they limit our excitement, they limit the magic. That's just my personal opinion. So before I talk too much, I will just take you with me into my day, and also for myself, just take a closer look at all the little joys and the magical stuff like every day life brings with it. And I don't know what this day will bring. I will just do mundane stuff like move, work, drink tea, I think. So come along if you like. I hope you will leave energized and inspired. So when I was thinking about the title of this video, one of my favorite movies of all time came into my mind. I would even say that it's sacred to me. It's called Harold Maude, and if you haven't watched it yet, you definitely should, because it's one of the most profound movies about life that I've ever seen. It was made in the 60s by the director Hal Ashby, and it's about this young 20-year-old man named Harold. And he becomes friends with Maude, who is about to turn 80. And there's this beautiful relationship blossoming between the two of them that goes beyond categories and beyond age. And they are quite the opposite of each other. Harold is all about death and morbid stuff. He loves going to funerals and stages numerous suicides, drives a hearse. And Maude, on the other hand, loves life in all its spectrum and beauty. And in a brief sequence towards the end of the movie, spoiler alert, the viewer gets a quick glimpse into the depth of Maude's personal history. It is very moving, and I don't want to spoil too much. You should definitely watch this masterpiece. Maude is such an inspiring human being and someone I really look up to. She lives by the motto that one should try something new every day. She has an apartment full of art that engages all senses, including touch and smell. And despite the horrors that she had to endure in the past, she decided to embrace life. Confronting death and pain can make us acutely aware of how precious each seemingly insignificant everyday moment is. How much unnecessary time do we spend putting ourselves in boxes and diminishing ourselves? How often do we convince ourselves that by a certain age we should have achieved this or that in life? Yet life can end at any moment. That's just something we need to be aware of. Life can be over at any moment. And for anybody who has been close to death, you know what I'm talking about. It's the little things, the little joys of life. That's where the magic happens. So eine schöne grüne Farbe.
Wow. Ja, probier gerne.
Darf ich? Ah, ich finde das mal ganz was hier.
Ja, gerne.
Das ist
schon fein.
Ja.
Was ist das für ein Tee?
Das ist ein Sencha, ein Tsuyu-Hikari, also ein japanischer Grüntee.
Okay.
Bisschen sehr umami-lastig.
Wow. Ein bisschen Gyokuro-mäßig, ne? So. So I got myself this little treasure here from my favorite tea room, and it's called Watsuka Goku, and it tastes a little bit like sweet corn, I would say. Has a very beautiful umami. Not that I'm a tea expert, I'm just a consumer, but I also won't prepare it in the proper way, I think. But I just love tea, just warms my heart and makes me so happy. Coffee also, well. Yeah, anyway, and then later I will bring my son to bed, and then I thought tonight I will be watching Harold and Maude. It's been a while, and you should too. Yeah, so thank you so much for keeping me company throughout this video, throughout my day. I really appreciate it, and yeah, if you want, write something into the comments down below. I'm always very happy to communicate with you. And if you want to stay in touch, consider subscribing. And I hope to see you soon. Please stay safe and inspired. Bye bye.
'Cause there's a million things to be. You know that there are. You know that there are. You know that there are.